And this is our family tree, starting with our great-grandparents at the top, our grandparents in the middle, our parents, and then us and our siblings. So starting on Ruth Ann's side, there is Henrietta Johnson, who married Ernest Smedley, who gave birth to my grandmother, Ruth Smedley, who I was named after. And then my great-grandma Theresa Fiausch, they called her Great-Grandma Grace, who married Stephen Szerletich, who gave birth to my grandpa, Eugene Szerletich, and they are both still alive. Ruth Smedley and Eugene Szerletich married and gave birth to my mom, Mary Ann Szerletich. And then on my dad's side, that's great-grandma Junie, mom, up there, June Ritchie, who married Floyd Southard, who gave birth to my grandma, Ann Southard, who I was also named after. And then my great-grandma Golda, who was a twin, and her husband, her second husband, Jack Scott, married and raised my grandpa, Roger O. Scottie Meredith, who in turn married Ann Southard, who gave birth to my dad, John Meredith. And of course my mom and my dad got married, gave birth to me, there I am with my book, and my brother Owen. And David, you want to say a little bit about your parent or your great-grandparents there? Start with Constancia?
Yeah, so that's starting with my mom's side. We start with Constancia Wassilowskis, and who married George Gerskis, and in turn gave birth to my grandma, Helen Gerskis.
Mm-hmm.
I know Helen Matisse, but and then we have Eva Shimkus, who married George Matisse, another George, who in turn gave birth to Stephen Matisse, and both of them were married and gave birth to my mom.
And there's
Mary Ann Matisse.
Yep.
And then on my dad's side, we start with Bridget O'Graney, who married Edward McGovern, and further down the line, gave birth to June McGovern, and finally on my dad's side, Martha Nowicki, who married Stanley Orzechowski and gave birth to Elvin Orzechowski, and who married June McGovern, and of course gave birth to my dad. So both of them, of course, were married and gave birth to all of us fine-looking siblings.
Oh, look at you.
Right down there. So I'm sure you recognize them all.
Yeah.
That's our family tree.
And then, of course, David and I got married, and we're still waiting to see what will happen with the bottom of our family tree.